Now welcome to all of you. Okay, in the last few days we are discussing about a study about the diversity of living organisms. Okay, we are reached up to the mollusca. Okay, the mollusca means the organisms with the soft body. Okay, the all aquatic animals, those are present in the sea, that are the soft bodies. Okay, that are bilateral symmetrical, trypoblastic means three layer of cells. The familiar with octopus and pila. Foot is for a moving, kidney like organ for excretions with open circular system. Okay, in that the examples are the emu, octopus, chiton and pila. Okay, that are the example of the mollusca. The next point is the Kynodermato or Echinodermato. Okay, the Echinodermato, it is the Greek words. Okay, Echinodermato, it is the Greek word. It means that the echinos means the hedgehogs and the dermata means the skin. Okay, the organism with spiny skinned. Okay, that is called the echinodermato. Okay, means exoskeleton is with the calcium carbonate. Okay, they are a radically symmetrical trypoblastic three layer of cells with a colmic cavity. The familiar with starfish. They are exclusively free living marine animals. Okay, cucumber, the feather stars. Okay, Holothria means cucumber. Antidon म्हणजेच feather stars. Cainus किंवा Echinus means urachin. Okay, and Asterius म्हणजेच starfish. They are having the hard calcium carbonate structure that they use as skeleton. All are the free living marine animals. Okay, they are also having the peculiar water driven tube system that they use for moving around. Okay, means that structure is the most important. And here the total about the animalia is over. Okay, animalia हे इथपर्यंत संपलेलं आहे. The next point is the vertebrata. Okay, means chordata also further classified into two groups, that is the protochordata and vertebrata. Okay, here the first is the vertebrata. Okay, before that we are study about the protochordata. Okay, what is mean by the protochordata? Okay, the chordata also classified into two groups. Here the protochordata and the vertebrata. In the first protochordata, the notochords present in the protochordata. Okay, it means protochordata present at least a larval form, but a very the rudimentary. It is a rod-like supporting structure runs along with a nervous tissue from the gut of animals. They are bilateral symmetrical trypoblastics, means three layer of cells with the columns. The familiar with the amphiox, the Balanglos. Okay, in the protochordata, these animals are bilateral symmetrical first trypoblastic. They have columns. The addition features and the new features in the body of the protochordata, that are the design with the notochords. Okay, that notochords are present at least at some stages during their lives. The notochord is a long rod-like supporting structure. Firstly, cord means string that runs along the back of that animals. It is the separating the nervous system, nervous tissues, okay, from the gut. It that nuts also providing the place and muscles to the attachment for each of the movement. Okay, means that all about the protochord. And the protochords are the marine animals. First. Okay, this is the total about the protochord. The next point is the vertebrata. Okay, are these animals having the true vertebral column? Vertebral means, you know that vertebrata means the columning structure. Internal skeleton system means notochord is replaced with the vertebral column and the skeleton system. That all vertebrata are bilateral symmetrical trypoblastic columnic, the segmented having the paired gills. Okay, the pouches, and the vertebrata are classified into 5 groups. Okay, here the features of the chordatas. All chordatas are possessing the following features, in that they having the notochords, dorsal nervous cord, trypoblastic, the paired gill pouches, okay, and the colmates. The vertebratas are grouped into 5 classes. Here are the pieces: amphibian, reptiles, aves, and the mammal. Okay, first is the pieces. These are commonly called as fish. Okay, fishes, exclusive aquatic animals. Body is a streamlined and a tail for locomotion. Okay, their skin is covered with the scales and plates. They obtain oxygen dissolved in water by using the gills. Okay, means gills for respirations. Heart is two-chambered. That all fishes are cold-blooded. The skin is covered with scale plates. They are a cold-blooded animals. The skeleton of a bones means rohu, also having the rohu having cartilage, shark also having the cartilage, rohu having the bones and shark having cartilage. They lay eggs. Okay, lionfish, dogfish, that are the example of the angular fish, the mandarin fish, that are the example of the some fishes. Okay, now the amphibians. They are commonly called amphibian because they have able to live on land and in water. Body is a streamlined and webbed foot for locomotion, gills or lungs or skin for respirations. Mean amphibians are able to respire. Amphibian skins are used for the respirations. Means their skin also working as a respirations. Like a gills, lungs and skin, that all are for the use of the respiration. Heart is a three chamber, cold-blooded. Skin is a lack of scales, plates. They are a cold-blooded animals. They lay eggs, rana, hyla. Okay, hyla means tree fish, tree frog. Sorry, the rana means common frog. The salamander, toad. That are the example of the amphibians. And the reptiles. These animals are cold-blooded, having the scales and a breathe through the lungs, while most of them have a three-chambered heart. Only crocodiles also having the four-chamber heart. They lay eggs with a touch covering and do not need to lay their eggs in water. Unlike amphibians, okay, snake, turtles, lizards, crocodiles fall in category, okay, of the reptiles. The flying lizards, king cobra, turtles, that are the example of the reptiles. Okay, the next one is aves. Okay, aves are warm-blooded. Aves means they are commonly called as birds. A lungs for respiration, heart is for four chambers. For limbs are modified for flight. Skin has feathers. They are warm-blooded animals. They lay eggs, ostrich, the flightless bird, pigeon, sparrow, other adi. Okay, means the aves are warm-blooded animals. They having the four-chamber heart. They lay eggs, that are the common factors. Okay, the outside covering of the feathers. Two forelimbs are modified into for the flights. Okay, they breathe through the lungs. Okay, and the all birds comes in the category of the aves. Mammals, the last point of this chapter. These are commonly called as animal with a mammary gland for producing milk to nourish their young one, a lungs for respiration, heart is for four chamber, skin has hair, sweat or oil glands. They are warm-blooded animals. They lay eggs. Platypus, echidna, give birth to young one. A poorly developed kangaroo and give birth to developed young one. Human being and lion, whale, bat, animals that comes under the heading of the mammals. Here the name, detail about the nomenclature system, why there is the importance of the nomenclature system. The system of classification name or a nomenclature was introduced by the Charles Linnaeus म्हणा किंवा Carl Linnaeus म्हणा. It is unique to identify in the world. Okay, we limit ourselves to write the name of the genus and the species. Firstly, we are writing the name of the genus and after that species of that particular organisms. The world over, it has been agreed that both these names will be used in a Latin form when printed is given in Italian, and when written by hand the genus and species name have to be underlined separately. Ostrich, okay, it is the common name. And the Strutiocamelus, it is the scientific name of with the two part, namely the genus. Okay, means such type of the names that are we are writing here. Okay, the ostrich, it is the common name. The Strutio, it is the genus name, and the Camelus, it is the species name. Means in the nomenclature system, the Charles Linnaeus also classifying that things. Means the firstly, we commonly when writing the names, in that firstly we are writing the genus name and after that species name, for to avoiding the troubles. The regional names are different, whether we are observing, when we are observing and studying the name of the animals and name of the anything, the regional names are different. Okay, whether overall world also studying that things, we want a particular name, the specific name, proper name of that things. That's why that nomenclature system was discovered by the Carl Linnaeus. ओके, इथं आपला पूर्ण चॅप्टर संपलेला आहे. प्रत्येक जणांनी काय करा, ज्यांच्याकडं शॉर्ट नोट्स काढून घ्या, पाहून घ्या, काही प्रॉब्लेम असतील तर बुक मध्ये पाहून घ्या, काही स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक असतील त्याही पाहून घ्या. आणि दुसरी गोष्ट सगळ्यात महत्वाची म्हणजे तुम्ही काय करा, आपलं चॅनल सबस्क्राईब करा. बाकीच्यांनाही, जे कोणी गरजू असतील तर त्यांनाही ह्या गोष्टी पाठवा. ठीक आहे. अगोदरच्या काही चॅप्टर्सच्या लिंक्स मी डिस्क्रिप्टिव्ह बॉक्स मध्ये दिलेले आहेत, ते पुन्हा एकदा रिव्हिजन करा आणि इम्पॉर्टंट क्वेश्चन पण दिलेले आहेत, तेही पाहून घ्या. ओके, नाऊ वी आर स्टॉप हिअर.